What's going on, everyone? I am going to show, I got a diagram today to kind of show you how it is that you're seeing what you see. This is all in a metaphysical sense, right? How it is that you're seeing reality and why it is that you're seeing it that way. Okay. So here is your head. Completely ridiculous, but it's okay. That's supposed to be your nose, okay? And here is your brain. Okay? So here's your eyes. What happens is the light comes in to your eyes. The light comes in and hits your retina, okay? When it hits your retina, what happens is the signal goes through what's called your optic nerve, and your optic nerve sends the signal to your brain, okay? And then what you project out from that is all in accordance with your beliefs, what you expect to happen, what you expect to see, and through your past experiences. So your brain doesn't want shit for you that is anything but safe. Your brain wants nothing other than what is familiar. If it's not familiar, that means danger. So that's why when we're trying to switch identities, it starts freaking out. It doesn't want to die. It thinks it's an entity itself. It doesn't want to die. So when you start introducing new beliefs and new possibilities for yourself and start expanding your awareness and your identification of who you are, when you start broadening that, this brain right here and the identity that you are does not want to go anywhere. It's like an actual person that doesn't want to die. And that's why it's so fucking rough to try to introduce a new identity, because your brain don't want anything other than what's familiar for it. It wants nothing to do with anything that's new, because anything that's new is unsafe. You know, our brains, our minds still think that we're back in the caveman days where it's everything is fight or flight. You got to be aware of all of your surroundings for survival. That's like how you think of your brain, like activating like that at all times. That's what it's meant for, is for survival. It thinks it's still in survival, but it's not. Like we're completely safe, but it's like we're hanging on. It's like we're having to take care of a little child, and anything we introduce new to the child's all skittish. Like it don't want to do that because it's scared, because it doesn't know that. It doesn't know what's up over there. It's the unknown. It's scary, right? To the brain, it's scary. So what your job to do is lie to this motherfucker. Lie to him all goddamn day long, because the only thing that it's sitting there marinating in is the past. This brain knows the past. You, in your conscious awareness, are trying to go forward. The brain wants to go backwards. You want to go forward. So in here, you're in a little fight. But I mean, that's, to me, this is what the crucifixion represents. Is when you're trying to go here and your brain's trying to keep you back here. It's a death in a psychological sense. It really is. And anybody that has been successful, quote unquote, successful at implementing a new identity, they know how fucking hard this guy will try to keep this guy from living. The real work is right here in the middle, is keeping yourself from going back and continuing to maintain the psychological state, just the state itself of expecting things to go your way, expecting things to be different, that expectancy. So from the Power of I Am, Eric introduced this. This is so powerful. Before you go in anywhere, make a practice out of this. Before you go in anywhere, pretend like you got a little blind little wizard hanging onto your hip. Okay? And this blind wizard has the ability to create your entire reality, the 10,000 things that you see, wherever you're at, wherever your localized viewpoint is pointing out to, whatever you see out here is what you are telling that little blind wizard what is going on. Refer back to when I say lie to that motherfucker. Lie to that motherfucker. Lie to him. Make everything work in your favor. Give everything perfect meaning, because this brain right here is encapsulated by a freaking skull. It can't see out there. It can't see nothing. It takes your conscious word for it. It takes your word for what's going on. That little wizard down there, that is completely blind. It's completely blind. It doesn't know what's going on. All it knows is what you are feeding it with your beliefs and expectations and thoughts that you're buying into, all of it. That little wizard down there is taking in all of that and projecting out to you, taking your word for what's going on in your reality. It's just down here taking your word. Oh, okay. Oh, we're going to walk into this store and people are going to be ridiculously nice to me. Okay. Little wizard drawing that shit up because you told him what's going on. Okay, so now we're going to go into the store and now everyone's going to be ridiculously nice to me. This is where people get tripped up. This isn't a one time, do this one time and then it starts freaking working, right? You got to kind of work at this and get this guy on board with things actually going your way. So, using the example of going into a store. Okay, I'm going to go into the store and everybody's going to be ridiculously nice to me. It's going to be fucking awesome. I'm going to go into this store, this simple store, and have a cool experience. How cool is that? Okay, you go into the store, okay? And oddly enough, everybody's acting completely normal. And really no one's being nice to you at all. Like it's just a regular, normal experience, okay? You come out that store and that experience went exactly the way that you said it was going to. I don't give a shit what happened in that store. This fucking brain can't see shit. This brain cannot see anything. It takes your word for it. So you go into that store, whether or not the people do what you're expecting them to do or they don't do is completely fucking irrelevant. It has nothing to do with anything. What is relevant is when you come back out that bitch, that experience went exactly how you said it was going to go. Exactly. Even fucking better. You get back, you climb back into your car and you're sitting there talking about, holy shit, this shit fucking works. I went in there, do a quick little visualization of the cashier being super fucking nice to you. Like something implying that when you went into that store, something did happen the way that you said it was going to. Like, holy shit, I am running this bitch with my mind because this is my mind. Because we don't see with our eyes, we see with our mind. Okay? This is how you train yourself to expect good things out of life. Okay? Use the example of a parking spot. Okay? I get the front row parking everywhere that I go. This is something stupid, but this is something you can start using to your advantage to start building momentum with. Okay? Start telling yourself, I get the front row parking everywhere that I go. Okay? Go into the parking lot. Whether or not you get that front row parking has nothing to fucking do with anything. It has nothing to do with anything at all. Okay? That front row parking spot, whether you had to park all the way in a different parking lot because there wasn't no fucking room for your bitch ass, doesn't matter. It does not matter. You walk back into that building and you say, damn, I get the front row parking spot everywhere that I go. And then see that fucking car in that parking in that spot. Just real quick. Boom, make it easy, make it light, make it playful. This is how you start to train your nervous system in your mind to start expecting good shit. Okay? We have gone without. We have lived here all of our attention without our entire lives. Our entire lives we've gone without, and we've not had to. I learned this in the Conversations with God and Neale Donald Walsch. I'm gonna refer back to that book series in almost all of my videos. That book series is so fucking good. Please go get all 3 books. The Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. You've got that. Those book series changed my entire life. Okay, in that book series, God is talking to Neil, saying, "You've gone without your entire life, and you have never had to. Go within." I don't know what the fuck happened to this marker. Go within. You do not have to go without. You never had to. Go within. And then right on that same page, he talks about a mantra saying, If I do not go without, or if I do not go within, I go without. And keep that in your mind with everything that you do. You hear someone talking shit. If I do not go within, I go without. What am I gonna get out of going without and entertaining that bullshit? What am I gonna get? What am I telling this little wizard? What am I telling this little wizard that's going on? If I'm entertaining some bullshit out there, what can I expect? That wizard to be drawing up some bullshit. Okay? And if you think you're fucking being delusional, acting like this, I would ask you, what the fuck makes you think that it's not delusional thinking that you're broke? How is it not delusional thinking that you can't get that woman? How is it not delusional thinking that you have to work hard for anything when you are literally the fucking Son of God? How is it not delusional to think that there is any job that you can't get? You have the Christ literally within you. You have God literally within you. You are the Son of God in the 4D, which is the only fucking thing that's actually real. Well, it's all the same thing. But I just consider my imagination, the 4D, to be more real than any of this shit. Because I've just trained myself to see the 3D as nothing. It's just an experience. It's just a bunch of frozen frames unfolding. And it just is. I have no preference whether this goes that way or this goes that way. And then paradoxically, things always go the way that I would actually prefer them to. Okay? You weren't being delusional when you didn't have enough money for your rent. You are God. Your awareness of being is God. So tell me how in the hell it is not completely delusional for you to think that you don't have enough money for rent, or for you to think that you can't go on fucking vacations every year. Every single year you should be going on vacations, doing whatever the hell you want. Because this is your fucking reality. There is no one else in your reality but you. You are the only one there. You are the only one in your reality. This is a fucking movie. This whole thing is a movie. And the quicker that you can step back to being the observer of your reality and being the observer of this movie and putting yourself in the chair of the theater, watching the movie instead of watching the movie and getting so intrigued by it and thinking that now you are actually in that movie, you thinking that you're this person is the equivalent of being in a movie theater, watching the movie and seeing a character that you like and watching them for so long, you start morphing yourself into that bitch and you start thinking, holy shit, you start thinking that this is real. You start thinking that this is reality. This is actually what's real. When it is not there's nothing real about any of this shit at all. It's always changing. The 3D is always changing. What do you shift realities? What is it, like billions of times per second? The only reason you still think that you are the same person as you were 1 second ago is just a fucking story that you're holding on to. It's just a story. Okay? And so if you can just see that, if you can step back and see yourself as awareness, you are the awareness of this character. Who is it that these thoughts appear to? Who is it that's getting angry? Who is it that's scared of rent not being able to be paid this month? Because the awareness that all of that is appearing to isn't broke. The awareness that all of this is appearing to doesn't have trouble with women. Doesn't need help finding a man. Doesn't need a coach to figure out why their SP isn't texting them. You are simply identifying with the wrong thing. You're identifying with yourself as this small little limited character inside of this big old universe, right? Whereas you need to create deductively like God does, like your true self does. You become the desire in the having of it. Okay? I'm God. I'm everything. I am God. I am everything. Therefore, I'm everything. Therefore, whatever I want is mine. It's already mine. It's a part of me. This ain't no thinking I'm better than anybody else. This is myself conceptualized. This is how I see myself. Not compared to anybody else. There is nobody else. Half of you guys' problems is that you're taking so much offense and you're so worried about what other people think about you. Half of the problems I'm sure that you have is because you're worried about what others think about you. When there ain't nobody thinking about you, you are not the main character in anybody else's story. And that sounds harsh, that sounds ruthless, and it's liberating. There is no one sitting there thinking about the mistake you made 3 days ago. There's no one sitting there thinking of the story that you're holding on to from fucking high school about being embarrassed. Not one person remembers that shit but you. You were the one dragging it along to your now moment. You're just keeping that shit alive. Just keeping it alive. You can't let go of the past. No, that is my identity. That's who I am. That happened to me back then. That's who I am. That's your fucking ego. That is your ego keeping grips on you and on not wanting to let you go anywhere. Okay? So that's my video today, guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.